They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No season when that never be the same.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First carry here for Joe Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Cincinnati. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Gibson, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
He's tackled at the 29.
2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. And they'll indeed go for it with Rosen. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change. I like your respect.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
Mixon with a first down carry. There he goes right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance on
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. And the Bengals grab it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it, They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
A gain of a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mixon on the toss right. And some room to work. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
We got 4. We got 4. Slam, slam. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown,
Joe Mixon doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You think you gonna get this? 24 is the mic. I'm on. 24 is the mic.
Here's Rosen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Down at the 30.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Bengals.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
21. Washington, nothing.
Check 53 is mine. Watch the shot. 53 is the mic. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
80.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key to tight end.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And a Bengal first down.
On first down, Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
William Jackson. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this one is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
4th and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field.
87's mine. I got 87.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And that is going to be incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tight right. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Rosen just getting the snap off and 1. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
31 yards there and a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
And inches.
Let's go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Mike 53. 700. 4 to 4.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
At the 6-yard line.
They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Check. Switch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brought down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Even. 72.
They'll go to P-Rod, trying to pound it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
I'm feeling like Will. I feel like a prince. I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills because I was a blessed with normal friends.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm. Reassert themselves here.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end.
Jeff, go Jeff.
4 down. 4 down. 24 is the mark.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe.
Like 20! Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 24.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sack.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Final play of the half, Fitzpatrick. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick completes it to Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
10 at the 47-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 now.
The 47-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
He was brought down by
no gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
Maybe the team, maybe the camp, maybe the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave an outline when I hit them.
A third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Again, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
At the 49-yard line.
On first down, Gibson, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
8 yards.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
The Bengals 25-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
At the 22-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go again with Cannon. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Goal at the 9-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Logan Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington able to get a score back. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0.
The kick is good.
You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
At their own 36-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down again.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Third and long, Fitzpatrick. Following the sack, what can he and the gang come up with? Here's Fitzpatrick. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team as an underdog. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
Rolling to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
$35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
24. Here we go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down. Go 5-0 here.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 28-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for
that incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 40, Mike 40. All day, dog. Mike 40, Mike 40. Check, he's coming, he's coming.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Here's Tressway now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
17-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Bengals.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hey, get in the weight room. Check, crunch.
Now they run with Mixon. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Elsewhere, fourth quarter score now for Baltimore. And the Ravens have opened things up there. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. A quick toss outright. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. Down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the